So if you look at some of my cards here, there's a little border on the outside of some cards, and that is called a parallel. We go to, for example, Paul O'Neill, and we click parallels. He's on the purple parallel, which means that he has 2,000 minimum PXP, which is player XP, which is broken down right there. And, you can do this for any card in the game. The more XP that you collect with that player, you get attribute boosts. So obviously purple parallels plus 3, 4, 5. He's getting plus 3 on his attributes. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the best ways to get PXP quickly in Diamond Dynasty. So let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is events. Now events is, in my opinion, by far the best way to get PXP for pitchers. I wouldn't say it's the best for hitters. It's still a good option. But for pitchers, this program specifically, or events specifically, is a great way to get PXP. So if we go to one of these pitchers, right? So let's go to Chase Dollander. Let's say I want to get PXP with Chase Dollander. It's a mission in that program. I ended up skipping it because I did the other stuff. But regardless, Chase Dollander, I need 500 PXP. I need to get to the green parallel. So if you look at the earn parallel XP, look at innings pitched. Innings pitched is at 40 per inning. That's because pitchers, like with the 40 PXP for an inning for a pitcher, right? That's going to speed up the process. So you're going to be getting PXP with pitchers so much quicker than with hitters. And that's why when you see in these programs that you need 400 with a starter and 300 with a hitter, it's because it counts time. Now, events speaking, it's the best way because of a multitude of factors. So first, if you look at the play games category, 1.5 times PXP. Ranked events, battle royale, co-op ranked. When you play online, you get double, or not double, you get 1.5 the PXP that you would get by playing offline. So that is a boost that you're only going to get in online modes. Now there's also a hidden boost. They don't show you this, but there are boosts based on the difficulty that you're playing at. So if you play on rookie, I don't know the exact numbers, but if you play on rookie, I don't know if you get a boost, but like all-star, veteran, legend, GOAT, you're going to be getting incremental boosts to the multiplier. So when you play on all-star, it ends up being 2x, which means that you're going to be getting double the PXP if you play All-Star and online. Most events are on All-Star, a couple of them are on Hall of Fame, but most of them end up being on All-Star. That is the typical difficulty for online play, except for ranked seasons. So when you're in events, right, you're going to be playing on All-Star, you're going to be pitching with cards, so you're going to be getting double the PXP. So let's say you pitch 3 innings, you get a win, so that's 140. Let's say you get 3 strikeouts, that gets to 170. And then that would also be a complete game, so 205, and let's say you get a shutout. This is a great outing. It's not going to happen every time. So that would be 230, but it doubles to 460. 460 in one game. A 3-inning game. Like, that's a lot. Another reason why events is the best way to get PXP for pitchers is this specific reason. Let's say I set my team, right? I have Chase Dollander as the guy who I want to get PXP. Let me lock in my team, right? I'm not actually going to load into a game, but let's say I play a game with Chase Dollander and it's over. All right, so imagine that. So I've played my game. Doesn't matter if I win or lose. I'm going to forfeit the entry, re-enter, and keep the same team. Why would I have to do this after every game? It resets the stamina. When you're playing events, you don't get infinite stamina, right? If you pitch with a player in events, in an event run, and you don't reset your team, he's not going to have any stamina, and you're going to have to wait for him to replenish stamina. If you play a game and reset every time you play a game, the stamina will completely refresh, and you won't have to wait. That's what makes this so good, is because you can pick who you want to use, and you can use them every single game with the double multiplier. This is by far the fastest and most efficient way to get PXP with a pitcher. Bear in mind, there are a couple caveats with events. Obviously, with events, you aren't going to have access to any card in the game. There are going to be team restrictions. So sometimes you might have a pitcher that you want to use, and he's not eligible for the event, which in that case, there's nothing you can really do about that. But if you can use a card in the event, definitely, by far, the best way for pitchers. Now for hitters, it's a little different. Obviously, the online boost is going to stay the same for hitters. Like Aaron Judge is going to get double PXP for hitting online on All-Star. But it's different because, you know, they're only at bat once every 9 times. So you're probably thinking, oh, just go into a game, get a hit, and quit. Well, it doesn't work that way. Let me show you guys something. If we go to play versus CPU right here, right? Let's play the Rockies on the road, strictly because that's what I typically do when I'm grinding PXP in this specific method, because you play at cores and you want to be on the road. Now, I'm going to say something here and come back to it. So when you load into a play versus CPU game and you're trying to grind PXP for hitters, still choose a pitcher that you want to get PXP with. Just hear me out. I'll come back to this. So I'm going to stick with Chase Dollander, and let's load into this, you know, this play versus CPU game. So I'm in the play versus CPU game. What I'm going to do for hitters, the best way for hitters is this. You go into a play versus CPU game, or it could be in any other online mode. But play versus CPU is the best because it's not, you know, tracking wins or anything. You just quit the game and it's whatever. So you're going to want to put your batting lineup in order of priority for PXP. So let's say I wanted Aaron Judge to get PXP the most out of anybody. I would move him to the leadoff spot. And then, like, based on this lineup alone, I want Whit Merrifield to get it the most and Max Muncy to get it the least. Now, the reason why you're going to want to do this is because you'll get more bats. It's plain and simple. But also, there is a thing with PXP. When you're playing a game, you have to go to the 9th hitter before you quit. So if I'm going to hit, like, I'm going to hit with Whit Merrifield right here. If I get a hit with Whit Merrifield, which I don't think I did, but is he going to catch that? Regardless. If I'd still get PXP for the at-bats, right? Like, if I were to just quit right now, it wouldn't register PXP. It only registers PXP if you get to your 9th batter. So you have to have 8 total at-bats in the game on your team. So, like, here, I have Mike Trout here. If I hit a home run or something, that's clobbered. Like, this isn't going to count. Yeah, that's a homer. This isn't going to count if I just quit the game right now. I have to hit until I get to the 9-hitter. You don't have to hit with the 9-hitter. You just have to complete 8 at-bats. You have to complete. Emphasis on complete. So, going back to the whole thing when I was saying, like, I'll come back to this, like, you still use a pitcher that you want to get PXP with. That's why. Because you might go through an inning here and not get to your 9-hitter. It's very common. It's pretty hard to bat around almost. If you go through an inning and you don't meet the quota of 8 completed at-bats, you're going to have to pitch an inning. I'm not even paying attention. I'm just swinging away. You're going to have to complete an inning with your pitcher. And you might as well save that time by using a pitcher that you want to get PXP. So, like, here, I have Chase Dollander, right? So if I just had some random pitcher, I'd just be wasting time right now. Instead, I have a pitcher that I want to get PXP with. So yeah, those are the 2 best ways to get PXP in my opinion for pitchers and hitters. Now, you can also get them through Battle Royale and Ranked, but Battle Royale is kind of bad because you'd have to draft the player you want. And Ranked Seasons, yeah, it gives you a lot of PXP, but it's a long process because it's a full 9-inning game and it's ranked. Like, you don't want to put someone on your team that you don't want to use in Ranked as your God Squad. So that's why I prefer events. But the online multiple just helps so much. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are new here, follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. But most importantly, make sure to subscribe right here on YouTube. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.